Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media, and I have two of our presenters from Deufol who just finished a micro seminar on packing and lashing, which I'm sure was very informative, and they're here in the studio to give us some highlights from that presentation. Great.
Thank you for the opportunity. Well, it's always a good occasion to talk about the packaging because it's a huge topic in shipping, and there is, if it's badly done, there's a lot of claims and damages and a lot of time lost for everybody involved. So from us for Deufol, it's more about the procedures and the processes of how to make and build a perfect crate in order to make sure that the goods are well protected. And we wanted to show basically what is the next level in terms of packaging, because we are more into the whole IT solution. So basically that everything is being followed up, tracked and traced from every piece of wood, nail, VCI foil, alu foil, that everything can be traced back to where it comes from, who made it, so that there's a track record, the responsibility from the whole chain, from where we start, making the box until we put the goods inside the box and close the lid. So that provides our customers a full transparency on how everything is being packed. And also it will provide photo documentation, and that's a new level of packaging. It's no longer just or a packer comes in with the box, puts it in. So now there's an accountability, I would call it, from the packer towards its customer or towards the shipping line, because there's always a lot of discussion about who's responsible in case of damage.
Of course.
Because sometimes it's badly lashing, then it's more to the container line or it's the shipping line. So basically every party needs to be able to be fully transparent in order to give to find a solution to whatever damage or whatever claim that might come. If there's any claim, of course, we want to avoid
well, we're
claims.
hoping that there isn't, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think there are areas here that people that those who would contract your services overlook or don't understand? Are there any things you would like to clarify?
Well, we see from our customers, usually the ones that don't have the experience, it's always a way of either they don't want to pay for the higher quality to protect their goods, or they're not aware about the risks in terms of rust and preservation and conservation. So it's always a bit of a, how you call it, a bit of a weighing with the customer in how far they want to go in order to protect their goods and the value of their goods. So it's a difficult exercise, especially in developing countries where you don't want to be, where you have to be competitive and at the same time ensure that everything is done at a high quality and a high standard.
Right.
So
sounds like a big part of that is the client understanding the importance and what happens if you skimp on that part, right? So tell me about some of what's the most unusual item you've packed?
And most of the pack, I think the safety is the first important.
Well, the most unusual, what is the heaviest that we packed here in Shanghai, or the biggest?
And sorry, and I think the most heaviest cargo we packed is around 70 tons, 75 ton the net weight, and the gross weight is over 80 ton. And for the size, I think the most biggest cargo we packed is over 13 meter long.
Oh wow!
Maybe not. And I remember in the last August we packed 63 meter long cargo. And that cargo is 5 meter wide and 3.5 meter high.
Wow, that's interesting. So as we look forward to the future innovation in packing, what do you see some trends coming?
Well, like I said, I mean, for us, we are banking very heavily on IT solutions. So everything is now traceable with barcodes. We have the photo documentation. Everything is real time available to the customer, so he can see when, where, and how it's being packed. We have our own app. So
I was going to ask you, do you have a mobile solution?
We have a
Oh,
mobile
all
app,
right.
so
Okay.
everything is now in real time, and I think that's one of the specialties of Deufol, that we are really going into the IT solution, and that's why, I mean, we are probably the only packer that has also 40 IT engineers working in Czech, only developing our own software in
Wow,
order
that's
to
amazing.
what we call manufacturing or packaging 4.0, so that it becomes a more transparent supply chain all the way from packing to the assembly on site. So that's the whole range of service that we want to offer in terms of a platform in IT. So that's why we think that as a packer, Deufol is probably the most innovative in trying to do new things, new solutions, and working towards an industry 4.0.
Okay, I like it. Thank you so much. Thanks
Okay.
for sharing that with us.
Thank you.